Hey guys, Min here for MHK Designs. I'm really excited to share with you a technique that I've figured out how to do using my digital stamps that you can do with regular stamps as well, and that's an emboss resist technique. So what I've got here is I've got a little card base ready with my image on it. This image is from the Mum's the Word stamp set from MHK Designs, and I just have made it the right size that I want it to be. And if you look down here in your layers, the first thing you're going to need to do is add a new layer down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use different brushes to create a faux watercolor type background. And so I'm going to choose my brush and I'm going to resize it. And I'm going to go down here and click this. This is going to be the color that I'm going to be adding to the behind my flower. And I want it to be kind of a pinky purpley color. So I'm going to go and I'm going to choose this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my brush and add color randomly to my flowers. And if I feel like I need to, I might come up here and resize it to make it smaller so that I can get some of these flowers down here that are a little bit smaller. And as you can see, I haven't filled in all the flower, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to now add another layer, go back into my colors, and I'm going to add some lighter highlights using a different brush from the same brush set. And I'm going to resize that one. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to add some more color using that lighter color. And after I get that done, I'm going to do one more new layer down here. And I'm actually going to choose a darker color this time. Choose a new brush and make this a little bit smaller. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to try and fill in all of my white spaces that I see. Adding the layers of color with the brushes gives this a little bit of extra depth. And I'm done with my flowers. Now, I always start with my flowers first, and then I go back down here to my background, and I start a new layer, which is going to be behind the colors of the flowers, and I'm going to color in these leaves. I'm going to come up here and choose a new color, and I think I want this green to be more of a yellowish green. I'm going to start with my darkest color this time, and I'm going to keep this same brush and just make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to come in here and do some random coloring with that dark green. As you can see, I didn't fill in those leaves hardly at all. So I'm going to create another new layer, go back here, do a lighter color, choose a different brush, resize it, and add some more color. The reason that I'm doing these leaf layers behind the flower is so that flower color is still up top, but if you'll notice down in here I have this part of the stem which still needs to be recolored. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and click layer 4, which is my top layer of color before I get to my image, and I'm going to add a new layer up here, choose my brush again. I'm going to resize this to be pretty small so that I can just kind of go down this stem and create that color that I need in front. Okay. Now I'm going to go back down here to layer 6, which is my top layer of green. Add a new layer on top of that. Do the lightest green that I want to choose. Change my brush. Change the size. Make it a little bit smaller than that. And then try and fill in all of these places where there's no green. Okay, I really like the way that this is, so I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to go back up here to my top layer, which is my image, and I'm going to double click, and I'm going to click color overlay. And if you'll see, it changed it to this red color, but we know that in Emboss Resist, the color we want is white for our image, so I'm going to select the white, hit OK, and I have my faux Emboss Resist using digital stamps. Now I'm going to add a sentiment. This sentiment is also from the Mum's the Word set, and I'm just going to drag this onto my panel, and I'm going to resize it. Oops, need to select that again. If you need to, you can select it over here, or you can try to select it within your panel. I'm going to resize this. I'm going to pull it down here because I think I want it down here. I'm going to use my arrows as well, get it exactly where I want it, click OK, and there I have my faux resist embossing digital stamp panel. Ask me any questions that you might have below, and until next time, hugs and happy stamping!